Welcome to WaunaTalk, our podcast that highlights the people and products that make Wauna Credit Union so special. This is Josh Ryan from the Wauna Credit Union marketing team, and with me today is Heidi White, a member consultant in the Clatskanie branch. Heidi, welcome to WaunaTalk.
Thank you.
First off, I just wonder if you can introduce yourself a little bit, talk about where you're from, what your position is, what you do here.
I am from Clatskanie, and I'm an MC going on 6 years. I mostly focus on loans and transactions, but I also help resolve issues, operational questions, and I train all of our new hires, new MCs in Clatskanie.
And I know that's one of the things, you are the longest serving MC in the Clatskanie branch, so you really help people, bring people up to speed on what makes working for Wauna Credit Union different than working as a teller at a bank. And this is where we remind all of our listeners that Wauna Credit Union is a credit union. That means we don't have customers, we have members.
That's right.
So talk a little bit about what makes this different. What do you tell people when they start?
What makes us different?
Yeah.
Well, I usually start with we are local. Everyone in this town probably knows somebody here, so it's not just a place to store your money or house your money, but it really is a personal investment.
Okay. And I know you already mentioned, or maybe I mentioned for you, that you did grow up in Clatskanie, but I know you graduated from Clatskanie Middle High School, and you really are tied to this community, and I know you've been here, I think a while. What was your relationship with the credit union before you started working here, and what brought you into the credit union to begin with?
Yeah, I didn't have much of a relationship before, only because I did not have any money. So what brought me in was my mother telling me I need to go start establishing some credit. So she told me to go apply for a credit card and open an account. So that's what I did. And that ultimately started my relationship with Wauna. And then about a year later, I saw a job opportunity, so I applied.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And I know that is something that you have 2 daughters yourself, and that you've started the education process with them a little bit early. I know. Yes. I see them at some events sometimes. So is that something they like to do? They haven't been in for Take Your Daughter to Work Day yet, but I know there's plans.
Willow is my oldest. She's mad every year that she can't come in yet because I think like the cutoff is 11 or something like that, and she's only 7, so she doesn't like that rule, but she really enjoys going to all the events with us, and she's very social. Awesome. So yeah,
cool. So what is it that you like about working here best?
I like the relationships with people. I never really thought that I would be helping the people that I help. Like, I help my, first grade teacher, my second grade teacher. So that's an interesting
So that's something
experience.
Interesting about the credit union, how we are primarily in rural towns. I mean, obviously we started in Wauna, but Clatskanie is our oldest branch, and it is one of our most tight-knit communities. So that you are, I've talked to other people about it, is you really are helping your neighbors. Now I know we can't talk about what specifically your first grade teacher happened, but
Yep.
What is that experience where you get to help someone you've known for a while, or especially if it's someone who maybe knew you as a kid and now is seeing you as a professional?
It's kind of just like a little bit, I guess crazy would be a good word, because I think the first time I was maybe only here a few months, and someone came in and they were as excited as I was about me working here, and she said, "Oh my gosh, you're so good at math. I'm so glad you're here," which I never thought I was good at math. So, I was it felt good. So
awesome. And I think that's a thing that we have that the big banks don't have, is when you help someone, it's not only that you get to help them, then you get to see how you've helped them. Moving on, you get to see if you get someone a mortgage, you get to see their house.
Definitely.
Kind of thing. So what's something that working at Wauna has taught you about your own finances?
It's taught me to save a little bit of money.
Okay.
I never was a saver, but now I try my best to at least have a little buffer. And my girls have accounts too now, so
at the hip.
They're going to save whether they like it or not.
A Jumpstart saving account open to all children under 18. So along those same lines, as far as what working here has taught you about your finances, what is something that you want other people to know about their finances? Just so what's something that's good for people to know?
To, I guess, just pay attention to what people tell you when you're young about your credit, because it is a vital part of growing up and doing adult things. Adulting.
Yes. And I know one of the things we were talking about earlier is that there are a lot of people who come in with like a collection, or they've had some trouble in the past making their payments and kind of view their situation as hopeless. And I know that's a big part of being a credit union. We are here for people who do have a lot of money, but we're also here to help people who need our help.
Yeah, I think a lot of people assume that because we are a little bit smaller, we're going to say no more often than the big banks or the big credit unions. But I actually think it's the opposite, because we take the time to find out why they had a collection or why they had something wrong. We don't just look at it and say, nope, you had a late pay. We'll ask why, and a lot of times it is a legitimate reason, and then we're able to say yes.
And I know that's something that I've seen where if something's kind of a question, it goes to our CXO, John Moore, who's in charge of lending, or even our CEO, Robert, and they can ultimately make the final decision. But I also know one of the things we tell people, or I'm in the St. Helens branch, I guess, and one of the things I tell people a lot in St. Helens is, this is what I do for you now, but if you do this, this, and this, I can help you in 9 months or a year do a whole lot more. And it just, it's a reminder that no situation is ever hopeless. We can always, better it from there.
Definitely.
And then the final question, and you see, you're lucky you're not getting the rapid fire questions, because then I'd ask you to say something embarrassing about your coworkers. But this time I just am going to ask, you can still say something embarrassing. Well, here's my question. My question is, name some time you've laughed at work. So if you tell me something embarrassing about one of your coworkers, we can laugh at them right now.
Well, it's really hard to just name like one specific time, because that's pretty much what we do. Mm-hmm. If there's not people in here, we're joking around and laughing. So.
Well, and I've actually even seen when people are in here, because you are part of the community, they're laughing right along with you. We're never laughing at anybody.
No.
Unless it's Jeannie, who deserves it.
We laugh at Jeannie a lot.
We laugh at Jeannie.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's all about having fun and making sure we're helping people with a smile on our face.
Yes, it is.
All right. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.